What are your favorite QuickBooks Online apps and what do they do for your clients? Yeah, great one. I would say Harvest is one of my favorite apps that synchronizes with QuickBooks Online. There's a little quirk about it that I don't like so much, but and I'll tell you what that is in a second. But I love it so much because it enables people who are working on projects to enter their time into a system separate from QuickBooks Online. And with QuickBooks Online does not have unlimited users. So even if only certain features are enabled in QuickBooks Online, if you go over a certain number of users, you're going to have to start paying subscription fees. And Harvest is a much less expensive way to go, and it involves a lot more detail at the project level. A lot of great project reports, time-based reports, milestone-based reports. The only thing I don't like about Harvest is that the Harvest and QuickBooks Online integration doesn't handle upfront deposits that well, or retainers. And if your organization is reporting their finances on the cash basis, you don't care about that. Every money that comes in is income. But if your organization is reporting their financials on the accrual basis, reporting retainers can be a bit of a problem. Because you can report them, but then to subtract them out later, it gets weird with Harvest. And so you have to do some things manually. But aside from that, so smooth. I mean, the integration is instantaneous, and you only get the information that you need to do financial reporting. I've also enjoyed Float. Float integrates well with QuickBooks Online. Similarly, one little quirk, but I only really came upon that quirk because I was doing it's just the initial integration brought into Float all these a ton of invoices that had been created previously. Float is a cash flow forecasting app, and it does a really good job. Really real-time information about invoices and payables from QuickBooks Online go into Float, and then you can make some manual changes, like I'm going to do this here, I'm going to engage in some debt service activities. Everything's really smooth. The only quirk is it's in the initial dump of customer invoices from QuickBooks Online to Float, the invoice dates don't come in with the invoice date or the due date. They come in with the date that you integrated QuickBooks Online and Float, which is not useful in doing cash flow forecasting. But if you can deal with that and move on, or if you don't have any open invoices to integrate and you're doing just from here forward, QuickBooks Online and Float work really, really well together. And thank goodness for that, because there is no decent cash flow forecasting app out there. Float is it. And it works seamlessly with Xero, but that date issue doesn't exist. But aside from that one date issue, works very well with QuickBooks Online. Ha! Got that. You're about to ask about cash flow projections. So I would say that those are my favorite apps that integrate with QuickBooks Online. I have heard about Method Donor and how that has a seamless integration with QuickBooks Online, but I have not seen it with my own eyes. I just heard that it works very well. So in principle, I love systems that integrate directly with accounting software, whether it's QuickBooks Desktop, QuickBooks Online, Xero, or some other systems, because let's face it, even though a lot of people don't get as much out of their accounting systems as they could, they can't handle everything, and they shouldn't, because if they did, they wouldn't be accounting systems, they'd be ERP systems. But with integrated systems, you really have an opportunity to get best in class for each type of functionality that you need, as long as the systems are talking to each other. So I've heard good things about Donor Method as well.